Say your name, age, where you're from, and your zodiac sign.
Finlee. Our zodiac is Cancer, though. You know, we the best sign.
You're crazy.
We out here.
Your age,
23.
where you from? Okay.
Rapping.
When did you first start rapping?
Started a while ago. Like, when I was younger, I used to write all the time. You know what I mean? But I had a lot of stuff going on. So I kind of fell back. But I always kept writing. I just never, you know what I mean, made music until I found a studio in the borough. Once I got to the borough, I was in the studio.
So how did you know, like, hey, I'm good at rapping? Pursue this.
Just think about it. Like, I always been good at it, you know what I mean? I always felt like I was good. I keep it to the boys feeling it, you know what I mean? All the boys like different type of stuff. So if all my boys feeling everything, I'm pretty sure there's a couple people out there that's feeling it.
Yeah, like your homeboy say, hey, be a rapper, like.
Nah, it's just, it's something that, like, I feel like lyrically, you can pour a lot of emotions into a song, you know what I mean? Like, you can put anything you're thinking into a song. So it's not really about being, hey, I'm a rapper and shit. You know what I mean? If that's something I'm good at, why not face that, you know what I mean?
So do you freestyle more or rap or write more?
I write more than I freestyle.
Are you a good freestyler?
Yeah, I can kick a freestyle. It ain't gonna be as dope as that written, but it's gonna be dope too.
So how do you improve your freestyling and your writing?
Well, first off, let me tell you, the homie Ron Jeter, he comes to the borough every now and then. We have little cycles where we'll just be sitting, you know what I mean? And he just calling out different stuff. You gotta rap about it when you call it out, though, no matter what you're rapping about, you know what I mean? So that helps you in a lot of ways too, just to become more lyrical. You know?
Is he the only person you work with in the borough?
Nah, I work with the homie Re-Up. He on a couple of songs. I've worked with Ab Lyrical from Jersey. Worked with a couple of different artists. My first thought when I think about Carolina music is like down south beats and a good, like, people like the difference between the down south beat and the up north beat. Like, I feel like down south people like really ride the beat. Like, you know what I mean? It gets you into the music more.
Who's your favorite artist?
My favorite artist is Lucy. That's for a number of reasons, though. Yeah. I feel like Lucy, like, he got real music. That's what I like to listen to, you know what I mean?
What's real music?
Somebody can kick you bars all day, you know what I mean? But if you kicking me bars and you telling me something that you can been through, I'll listen to it more, you know what I mean? Something with some substance to it.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song overall would have to be a Lucy song. Going through some things like that, you know what I mean?
What's your favorite album?
My favorite album will be my album. Like, you know what I mean? Not being cocky or nothing like that, but I feel like if I'm an artist, you know what I mean? I'm an artist like they're artists. I would have to like
use one word or one sentence to describe yourself.
Lyrical.
You're a lyrical rapper? What's lyrical?
Talking like you can get on the track and spit about anything, no matter what it is. It just depends on how you kick it. You know what I mean? You can get up there and just spit bars the whole time, but you ain't talking about nothing. But if you're more lyrical, the more lyrical you get, the more your listeners want to hear it. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like there's a lot of lyrical rappers?
Yeah, it's a couple. Just off the head, like J. Cole, he's a lyrical rapper. You know what I mean? He has a different way of wording things, just like Drake. You know what I mean? I watched the interview with Drake. Drake said his mom used to tell him to think of different ways to say what everybody else is saying, you know what I mean? So that made him better with his lyrics, and I feel like that worked though. The more ways that you can say something, you know what I mean? And they could use it better.
So what's the best thing about making music?
Freeing yourself, yo. You get in that booth, like, it just feel like you just letting loose, like, you know what I mean? Everything. You put all your energy into it, everything. Just freeing yourself.
So you're expressing yourself.
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing about making music?
Freeing yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's like you can't just, sometimes you can get in the booth, if it's already written, you can get in the booth and spit it, you know what I mean? Like, but sometimes you gotta sit down and really think about what you want to write, you know what I mean? How you want to say it, how you want to come across on that track, you know what I mean? Because it could be the same exact song, but somebody will hear it the way you spit it this time and be like, you didn't put your all into it. or they'll hear this time and feel like you came cocky or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So is it hard to write for you personally?
Personally, nah, I wouldn't say so. Because 9 times out of 10, when I got a topic on something I want to spit about, I know exactly what I want to say. Only hard thing about it is how I want to word it.
So you have like a management team?
Yeah. Extra ENC, that's my management. You know what I mean? Look them up on Twitter. They work hard, yo. Like, they
You
really
think
work
it's
hard.
good for like upcoming artists to have management? Or is it just maybe like your preference?
It probably all depends on what type of artist you are. Some people feel like they don't need no help. But me personally, I could always use some help if there's somebody willing to help me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As long as you ain't hurting me, you help me. You know what I mean?
So do they find like gigs and all that other
Yeah,
stuff for
they do.
you? It makes it easier for you because you can just really work on your craft while they're helping you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It takes a load off that I can write and not have to try to look for this gig, look for this gig, look for this connect, look for this connect. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got some people that can help me look for this while I'm trying to write.
I see that you put cash rules a lot. Like, are you big on money or is that your big priority? Like, what's cash rules? Because I mean, a lot of people talk about their money,
Yeah, all right.
but you, I feel like you, that's you.
I break cash rules down to you. I feel like coming from where I came from, like, I didn't come from, like, a lot of money, you know what I mean? So it's like, to me, I say it in my music all the time, to be important, you gotta have money. To feel like you're relevant in this world, you gotta have money. So nowadays, if it's about drama, if it's about beef, all that, I ain't got time for it. I'm taking money, cash rules, everything. You know
I mean, wouldn't that make you like a materialistic rapper? Not just saying, I'm not saying you, but I mean, people that do like cash, cash, cash.
Yeah.
I'm saying they'd be materialistic.
Not at all. I feel like if you chasing money, you gotta chase money for a reason. If you chasing money just to have it, you materialistic. If you chasing money to say you made it, then you chasing dreams.
So,
You know
what do you see for yourself in 5 years? No, where do you see yourself in 1 year?
In 1 year, I see myself.
Realistically.
Yeah, realistically, I see myself really booming onto the scene, getting my music heard from all types of people. You know what I mean? Really coming onto the scene. That's just in 1 year. Because right now I've just been grinding, making a lot of music. So when I drop it, I feel like I'm going to boom onto the scene. So to answer your other question, 5 years from now, I really feel like I'm going to already be on the scene and making a name for myself.
Is it hard
you know what I
being
mean?
a rapper? I mean, I feel like, well, not me, but it's a lot of people trying to, pursue the rap career. So is it hard trying to say, hey, I'm different, or I'm not trying to be like everybody else is doing it just because?
I'm not gonna lie to you though. It's hard to. The hardest part about making music is to get people to listen. You know what I mean? Because you got certain people that are. You put a link of your music on Twitter. Everybody that you know will retweet it. But at the end of the day, everybody ain't gonna listen to it. They'll retweet it just so they act like they showed a little support. You know what I mean? But they not gonna listen to it. Or they'll hear your music, but they're not really hearing it. You know what
So
I
do
mean?
you think it's harder being in North Carolina and trying to create music compared to somewhere else?
Yeah, you got, different places like New York City, you got, like, more clubs than it is here. You know what I mean? It's more clubs, so that's really like, but I feel like that makes you stronger as an artist, though. If you stick at it and grind to make music, knowing that it's really a select few of clubs in North Carolina, it make you better.
And what's your biggest motivation?
My family. Let me scratch that. My mother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my mother working hard, that's my biggest thing. Like, at the end of the day, I want to be able to say my mom don't got to work no more.
You only put out 2 songs that I know of?
Yeah, I got a lot of songs made, but I've only dropped 2.
Too much? What's the name of the song? Too much?
Too much. The
And
Ambition 3-5.
okay. And why have you only put out 2 songs? Because you write so much.
The problem comes in with studio time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you can only get a select few studio time, but like I said, with Actually ENT, they had it connect to where I can get more studio time. So I feel like more music is going to be made, and I'll be able to drop music at the pace that I want to, instead of having to work on somebody else's time.
So do you write all your own music?
Yeah. I don't feel like nobody else could tell me how I feel.
So what type of music you make? You say you lyrical, but I don't think that really says like.
I make real music. Like, if you hear my music, it's real life situation. Like, you know what I mean?
Life experience.
Yeah. Like, I had a talk with a beat man that told me, like, he wanted to hear what type of music I made. I just told him, send me any type of beat you do, I'm going to bring myself to that beat. I'm going to make it a real song, whatever type of beat it is.
That's not easy to do.
But, you know,
I'm
confident.
Okay. So what's your next goal for your music?
To just really right now, just to be recognized. You know what I mean? I want to be recognized as somebody that's coming out of North Carolina. Like, he's dope. Like, you know what I mean? Like, listening to him, that's just my
Do you know if you have like fans? I'm not saying.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that because I feel like when I come home and I call my brothers like, yo, I'm about to sing you something, and then I come home and they got it on the CD and I'm riding with them listening to them, I feel like that, yeah, that's my biggest fan. Like, you know what I mean? My nigga. So.
How does that feel to hear your music?
That's love. That's love. That's love. It is. That's love. Like when I hear somebody playing my music, something out for my time.
Okay, so where can they find your music?
They can find it on Reverb Nation. My beat man, Ant Pit, he got the SoundCloud booming. You know what I mean? So you can go to either one, SoundCloud.
Is that the only person you get your beats from?
Nah, that's the person let me tell you this. My man Pit had a long talk with him. He said, bro, if anybody could ever just keep sending me beats where I swear this music is boom, I got the Greensboro but called me. Yo, check your email. It's now starting. First beat, we ain't gonna lie, it wasn't all that. You know what I mean? But he progressed though, and that's when I seen the love though. Like ever since then, bro, just sent me beat after beat after beat after beat after beat. So he really got me on the road, like, you know what I mean? He started sending me them beats, worked on them, now they progressing, you know what I mean? So we working together. That's the one I work with the most. That's not my only one. Shout out to After ENT. Shout out to Re-Up. Shout out to Cash Rules. Shout out to Pitt. Shout out to Gunnville for coming out. Shout out to Little Brother Joe. We out here.